Hey there, planners. Today I'm going to do a flip through of my daily pages in my Hobonichi Cousin for the months of March and April. I'm going to talk about how I'm using them. I'm kind of all over the place and how I'm using them, but I'm really enjoying it, and she is getting so chunky. She is really filling up, so I'm excited to share with you what's making her so fat. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. So I shared a flip through of my daily pages for the month of January and February and just a little bit of March in a previous video. I'll have that link down in the description box below, as well as all the supplies that you see here that I'm using with my planner. You guys really seem to enjoy seeing how I use the daily pages. I know that a lot of people struggle with, what to do with the daily pages, and so I'm using my daily pages in a lot of different ways. And so I'm going to flip through March and April and just kind of show you how I use them, what's inside. I'll start with the March cover page. I get these from Sterling Ink. They are monthly free printables that she makes available through her Facebook group site, her Facebook group, as well as if you sign up for the mailing list, you get these emailed to you each month. They are absolutely beautiful, gorgeous artwork. I love putting them as kind of dividers in my planner. On the first monthly page, I capture this as a sticky note dashboard. I jot things down as they come to mind. I move these sticky notes around. I typically start with 6 sticky notes on the page, and then you can see for the month of March, I actually move these 2 sticky notes around. I also have my color coding, the Tombos that I'm using for the month on this page. I will have, as I flip through, some things covered up, like, for example, this is March finances, income, expenses, totals, all of that stuff. I'll have some of that more private personal information covered up as I flip through. So I had a goals page and a expenses, incomes page, and then I also had my content planning for this channel, Planning Annie, in here. I used a little tiny calendar from Planning with Bee. This was a freebie that is available on her website, and I believe she has already posted the next 4 months. She had January through April, and now I believe the next 4 months are also available. These are so cute little planner calendar cards, and I love popping them in. You can see I put some stickers in, and then I had my list of content and the content schedule, my filming, all of that schedule. Had a little bit of journaling about my oldest daughter turning 18. It was just amazing to me that she is 18 years old from this tiny little baby. It's hard to believe it's been 18 years, but did a little bit of journaling in here using a fountain pen. Love using fountain pen and this purple ink. It was just beautiful. It's fun to write on the Tomoe River paper with a fountain pen. Did a little bit of journaling about everything that's going on in the Ukraine, just to make sure to capture that and kind of reflect on what's going on. I made a whole list of ideas for how to do foiling, to DIY foiling. This is still a project that's on my to-do list. I've got all the information and supplies and everything I need. I just haven't moved forward with doing that yet. I'm excited about trying that because I love foiling. I love foiling acetate and things like that in my planner. I should have said these, some of these tip-ins on this vellum, these are from the Planner Press monthly subscription box. Absolutely beautiful planner goodies. If you've never checked that out, definitely go check her out. You can see exactly what type of offerings come in the monthly subscription. If you go to Planner Press on Instagram, she posts pictures and previews and all of that. Really reasonably priced, and it's all available electronically, so you're not actually getting any physical goods. So you get the planner printables, download them in your size. So many sizes offered, which is awesome because I use many different size planners. So it's nice to be able to get those, and you'll see those throughout my planner. Here is a list of things I needed to do for an event that I'm having for my daughter's graduation. I had a whole bunch of list of sticker themes, sticker kit themes, just kind of checking different themes and the themes that I wanted. You will see a ton of list in this in these daily pages. I'm a big time list maker. That's how I get things out of my head, and I love them for reference later. I started making kind of ideas about B6stology, and I actually just posted my B6stology summertime setup. So if you haven't seen that, it's a companion planner to this one, very transportable, easy to carry around, going on vacation this summer. That's going to be my go-to little guy to make sure that I get everything done. If you missed that, go check that out. I'll have that video linked down in the description box below. I wanted to get my head around a Sunday reset, really using Sunday wisely to reset on Planner, make sure everything is set up for the week ahead. So I actually gave myself a little checklist here for how to get ready for the week ahead. And I've been using this since I made this back in March, and it has been fantastic. If you guys would like to hear more about my Sunday reset and what that routine looks like, how I use these steps, let me know down in the comments below, and I will look at possibly doing a whole video on that. Here's another one of those planner press dividers, and skin color and hair color, lots of different options. Of course, I am fair-skinned with red hair, and so I always pick those, but you can see how beautiful they are. And then I just watercolored the page behind there because I thought that was really pretty background for that. Speaking of watercolor is so much fun. And in the months of March and April, I really experimented with watercoloring in my Hobonichi Cousin. The Tomoe River paper is absolutely fantastic with watercolor. I did a video watercoloring pages in April, which we'll take a look at, and I'll have that link down in the description box below. More watercolor, and then I actually ended up writing out one of my favorite Bible verses, Psalms 23, 1-6. It just so happened that I got some really good medical news on this day, and I had already painted this, but then on this day I happened to get really good news from a medical standpoint, and just popped this Bible verse in here, feeling thankful and grateful. Skincare routine. Then I think the next few pages are all about skincare routine. So every year leading up to my birthday, I get all crazy about, getting older and anti-aging on the inside and out, and just reevaluating my skincare routine, looking back on the last year. How are my products working for me? Do I need to try new things? Do I need to switch it up? So I use this page to start to brain dump things around skincare and skincare routine. I actually made myself some notes. I was listening to a couple of different videos, some YouTubers that I absolutely love and have followed for years when it comes to skincare and anti-aging. I was making some notes when I was watching some of their videos. Here's another one of those planner press dashboards. I print them out on vellum. I'll have the vellum that I use down in the description box below, but I print them out in the size I want and then cut them out and then tip them in. So this is another one of those. Just kind of making myself a spring, different things I want to do in the spring, kind of a bucket list, things that are at the top of the mind as coming into spring. I made a huge list here of things I wanted to update in my holiday planner. I do keep a planner specific for holidays because there are some things that just happen over and over again, like meals and traditions and things like that. And this year's big change from a routine standpoint when it comes to holidays is my daughter is going off to college. So I started brain dumping ideas for something I'll probably work on later this year, like around beginning of fall, things like that. I'm going to be working on updating that holiday planner. So just went ahead and made a spread about that. Did a whole bunch of research on college care packages. I'm trying to find things to be excited about my daughter moving to college. I mean, I'm excited for her, but I'm going to miss her. And so I'm sure any mom or dad who has sent their kid off to college understands that. So I was doing some research on different ways to put together college care packages to send to my daughter. I'm super excited about that. Found some great information from folks who've already been through this part of their life. Netflix and Chill I like to make a list of upcoming releases of my favorite shows. So I started that list here. Here's another one of those Planner Press printables, and you'll see that I try to stick them in between the weeks. That's kind of how I divide the weeks. Another checklist for college prep, things we needed to get done in order to send her to college. And then I had a brain dump for the month of April, just captured that here as I was thinking about preparing for April, and then a little bit of journaling to say goodbye to March and hello to April. And so that brings us into the month of April. Here's another one of those sterling ink calendars. And then know why that is in there, but here's my sticky notes dashboard. I already started pulling from this. I pulled from this and moved some sticky notes around, but again, this is just a great way to capture things that are incoming. Had a spread on Easter planning. This is one of the first years that we have started our routine of staying at home and not traveling for Easter, knowing that my oldest daughter will be coming home from now on for Easter. So just different Easter basket ideas, meals, traditions, things like that. Had a whole list of stickers to print. My backlog got really big for stickers to print, and so I had to spend a couple days kind of going through that and printing out all the stickers. Here's another one of those Planner Press inserts, dashboards, beautiful, just beautiful colors. And then here's content plan for the month of April. I've got it covered up, but that was all my planning and ideas for this channel. I started having coffee dates with my daughter, my oldest daughter, because she's so busy. And so she and I like to kind of once a month get to the coffee shop together and I have to make a list of all the things that I need to talk to her about. And then I have follow-up notes and things that I need to do coming out of that, things that she needs to do. So that was what this spread was about. We both take our planners and do that. Minecraft. I like to play Minecraft with my youngest daughter. She and I have been playing Minecraft since she was like itty bitty. And so these were some ideas we were thinking about doing together, and I wrote them down. And we just really enjoy doing that together. Home projects, the list started to get big, and so I wanted to just write them down and keep them here so I could transfer them over to actual project planning pages. And you'll see that some of that in my B6tology setup video, where I'm actually pulling from this list and kind of mapping out in more detail, but I just needed to get them out of my head. This was all about Kanban boards. So I had been dabbling in Kanban boards for work, and then really wanted to kind of take it up a notch and get a little bit more serious about it. I did a video on this. My most recent work update video includes a whole setup of my new Kanban boards. And so if you are interested in this, I find this to be a very, very helpful productivity tool, especially when it comes to projects. So, thinking about my projects list, I started setting up Kanban boards for my projects. So definitely go check that video out if you want to see more about that. I did some watercoloring on the next few pages. This is a printable. Look how beautiful for Easter with the eggs. They look like Fabergé eggs, just gorgeous. But I did Q2 goals reset here for myself, really checking in and grounding myself on goals, and then also capturing those projects that I needed to break down into smaller bits, which also fit into the Kanban board process. I did some watercolor across the top of here, and then I was just playing around with different layouts, how to lay out different things in my planner, and just kind of mapping out. This was really just scribble mess, just using it to lay out planner stuff. This is Good Friday, and did some watercolor for Good Friday just to kind of remember and celebrate and reflect on what that day means to me. And then Easter Sunday, and then we're headed into the next week. There's another printable from Planner Press, so adorable, the little rabbit with the key. I think this was expenses. So planner expenses and income there. So I've got that covered up. And then I did a mid-month brain dump because it got a little hectic, and so I started brain dumping, and also started to make some notes. I was listening to a podcast about productivity, found it really, really interesting, and started making some notes on that podcast as I was listening to it. More content planning, just kind of thinking about the summer ahead. And so you can see I have monthly stickers here and really started brain dumping. This is one I'm actually still coming back to and working on even though it's captured in April, I'm still using this page and coming back to it, really planning out batch recording sessions. I have to think so far ahead because I know we have celebrations coming up and travel and vacation and all of that stuff. So really thinking far ahead and planning that out. Did a little journaling about my birthday and kind of what I want from the year ahead. So that was really neat. I have some vacation coming up in the month of May. I wanted to start planning for that. This is another one that is still very much in use. You can see it's not completely filled out. So about once a week, I come back to this and kind of capture any new ideas or, update this. And I will use this when it comes to that vacation to actually pull from. And then summer meals. I wanted to make sure I had a good list of summer meals, dinners, grilling ideas, lunches, desserts, things I want to try, new recipes, all of that stuff. I like to have a reference for that. And that pretty much brings me to current, or at least through the month of April. I did make some notes. I was watching some video. I have curly hair. I was watching a really cool video about taking care of curly hair and different things to try. Captured that there. There's another one of those Planner Press printables. Absolutely beautiful. And then a little bit of journaling. Goodbye, April. Hello, May. And so that brings us to the end of April and up to current in May, where I am just starting to use the daily pages. So I really hope you enjoyed the flip through. I hope that you enjoy seeing kind of a different way to use daily pages. Very few of the daily pages that I have in my Hobonichi Cousin are actually related to the specific date on that day. I'm using it more as a brain dump, list making, pre-planning, note-taking, journaling, watercolor. I'm just all over the place. But I actually love that freedom. I love not having rules for the daily pages. And even though it is really chunking up my planner and has now made this so I can't really travel with this. This doesn't go with me on a daily basis because it's so fat. But I absolutely love it. I am loving the Hobonichi Cousin. I am definitely in a planner peace moment with the Hobonichi Cousin and loving the way I'm using it. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.